Hi everyone. In this session, I would like to introduce push button and contactor completely guideline about how to use it and some important detail about the switch and switching capacity and contactor, how to use in input and output, the detail a little bit. You can see here the switch about the push button. More actually, this is a momentary push button, 22 millimeter push button. You can see here some pretty small detail about. You can see SB2B101C, this is the manufacturer code about this one, and as well as you can see little down, normally open 3 to 4, right? It's a green one we using for the starting. That means 3 and 4 terminal use for the normally open contact for the pretty standard numbering 3 and 4. As well as you can see here ITH 10 amp. That means when push time can continuously carry the 10 amp, right? So afterwards you can see the 600 voltage. That means UI rated insulated voltage. That means maximum continuous insulation design voltage. You can see UI 600 voltage. Another one is UIMP for the capacity of the switch. That means rated impulse withstand voltage 60 kV. That means 60,000 can withstand in a transient voltage for the tolerance. And red button also same thing. In our case, for the dual starting method, that means direct online starting method, we need normally close one like this red button push button, momentary push button, as well as we need like this one for the normally open. But this case, our case is we need normally close push button. You can see here other side, and AC15, that's pretty standards for the IEC regulation, that AC15, as well as you can see down 240 3 ampere. What does it mean? That is a very important thing about for the switching function. 240 and dash 3 amp. What does it mean? That mean is when switching time, you can withstand. You can get the idea about switching time withstand under 240 voltage 3 amp, right? That's the maximum switching capacity for under 240 voltage. That means we can use for the 3 amp withstand for the 3 amp current. That means switching time we can cut off the that spark, internal spark, and holding the contacts 3 amp, right? So another part is for this switch we can use as a momentary contact, right? So other side you can see the contactor, right? Contactor, you can see L1 and L2 contactor. Here 1 L1, 3 L2, 5 L3, and 13 NO. That means this inside the contactor has one normally open auxiliary contact, right? You can check in a multimeter. When you check in a multimeter, this 13 and 14, it gives normally open. That means if you put in ohms scale in a multimeter, it gives it is normally open. It's not reading any ohms, but you have to make sure that you have to put the ohms scale. I mean continue to checking, right? Even though when you check in the A1, A2, it gives some ohms reading because it is a coil, right? So this is the, if you want to contact energize, you have to give A1 and A2 power supply for the contact power supply. You can see here 240 voltage, 50 hertz and 6 years we can use this contactor for that voltage. Otherwise chattering start if you give the less voltage for the this contactor, right? So here they has the capacity 6 kV capacity, and here mentioned WENO9. That means in internal capacity, how the without any problem internal terminal can carry 9 amp without any problem, right? So that AC3 means 3 phase, we can use as a 3 phase. So this side also you can see T1 and T3, T4, that normally goes for the motor terminal, right? For example, if it is contactor not working, or terminal one of get short circuit maybe not continue to, you can use the multimeter L1 and T1, right? You can put the ohms scale, you can check the continuity while pushing from the screwdriver, but make sure at that time no any uh, power supply is given, because it can be trigger something else and motor can damage also if it is motor get stuck. So that's the fault. Under the fault finding, I will explain how to use the contact, how to find the fault, and how to check the normally open normally closed contact and it works or not. So much detail in between the fault finding, that time we have to take into account. In this scope, I would like to get into attention for the in this contactor, as well as the push button for the our future DOL, direct online motor starting method. So I would like to introduce more detail about direct online motor starting method. My next episode you will see how I design circuit for the very nice appearance, and all those very easy to understand for you guys, how to draw the drawings, and how it will be nicely designed for the direct online starting for the motor used by the contactor and this type of push button. And one more detail I want to tell, that one push button here mentioned 240 and 3 ampere, but if you want to use 120 voltage for uh, less voltage, this is the perfectly good for the this momentary switch we can use without any problem, because inside they have the momentary 1 and 0 digital 1 and 0 contact, right? So that's additional part, additional information for you. My next session will be, you will see the direct online starting method for the motor control circuit. Thank you.